We are here at Menards today, getting a bunch of building supplies for the basement so we can get more stuff done. Starting with the 2x4s. There we are, 2x4s, insulation, drywall, and our backs are broken. Now we are at Lowe's, getting insulation, some doors, and some other odds and ends. Isaac? Baby. No. One of my least favorite parts of every project we do is loading and unloading everything to and from the vehicle, to and from the tractor, and then to and from the house. It ain't easy, but it's always worth it. And it's snowing.
I made a jig to make some shims. Basically all it is I cut out the exact shim shape out of the side of this 2x6, and I put a little protector on top. You slide this in there and it just pushes through the table saw. So
you can see how this is the part that's thicker and this over here is the part that's thinner for the shim.
stick it in here, like that, and you just cut.
Perfect. Okay, so he just set in this door that'll be for the storage room.
I explained it in the last video, but just when you're shimming a door, make sure you start at the top first. It makes it a lot easier, then work your way down from there. We like using foam board insulation against the wall because it acts as a vapor barrier. Also provides a little bit of insulation, and it keeps the studs off the walls. So you're not supposed to put your studs all the way up against the concrete walls because it could actually wick the moisture out of the walls. It's also very inexpensive and pretty easy to install, and as you can see here, it's purple.
Great information, babe.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I try to make him do a serious voiceover. He's so sarcastic. I put the kids to bed and come downstairs, and look at this. He started putting up the foam board insulation. It's looking nice. We're gonna finish this little section and then call it quits for the evening. We're tired. That's done. Last thing we're gonna do is just chalk a line because I work tomorrow, so James is gonna work on actually framing this wall while I'm at work at the hospital. So we'll chalk a line though, because we definitely need 2 people to do that, and then hopefully he can do everything else without me, which I know he will while I'm at work tomorrow. Line is in, and we are done for the night. James will start framing this wall tomorrow.
Remember when you're framing your wall to not make the studs too long to where you have to hammer them up underneath the eye joists, because I had a friend who did that and he was using a sledgehammer to hammer it in, and it actually lifted up the floor just enough to where he couldn't get his door open upstairs. So just be careful of that. Otherwise it's pretty easy. 16 on center, 2 nails up top, 2 nails on the bottom. And don't forget your pressure treated board. on the bottom where the concrete is. Okay, just a quick update. I've got all the walls framed. I had just enough 2x4s, and I still need a 2x4 or a drywall catch over there. So I'll come up with something possibly, so maybe I can put on some drywall today. Hi, buddy. But so I'm gonna start on my electric now. I have to split this circuit. I got a receptacle here, there, and over here that I'm gonna get power to, and I'd like to get the power back on because that's running some stuff that I need power to. So I'm gonna work on that, and then I'm gonna put some insulation in. Once we do that, I'll probably start throwing on some drywall. So just a little bit of an update. We debated on, I called Courtney, she wants to leave that open to the ceiling height instead of having like a header up here. So there'll be walls going down, but I ran out of 2x4s. But I like how this turned out. I'll be able to slide drywall in on either side of that safe. Will actually make it a little bit more or better fireproofing, but that should blend right into the wall, which will be real nice. All right, as you can tell, I went ahead and put on 3 pieces of drywall. I went ahead and did that because I need to get this wired, that wired, and I have a receptacle over here that needs to be wired. And that is because I want to turn my projector back on because I want to watch a movie tonight. So, and you also notice that I've done vertical drywall. I wanted to show people that it can be done. A lot of people say you shouldn't do that in residential homes. This is kind of typical for commercial buildings because they use metal studs and they're like perfect. But as you can see here, I'm not a perfect carpenter, but all my studs are lining up, and I'm going to go through and put a bunch of screws through all that, and that'll look nice. This will make it a little bit easier to finish because now I have factory joints that are tapered that I can go ahead and finish. But now I'm going to work on the electric, and I think that's where I'll stop tonight.
because I want to watch a movie. All right.
Just remember when you're wiring up a receptacle that the white leads go on the silver screws and the black leads, which is your hot, goes on the brass or the gold colored screws.
When I got home last night, I was literally so excited about the progress that I forgot to record it, so I'm recording it this morning. He got so much done, and without any help, and while all 3 kids were here. So he got all of this framed up, and then he got the insulation in over here, and then he also started putting up drywall. So it looks great. Today, we're going to work on putting up drywall on all of this so that this room is completely separate. And what's most amazing to me about what he did yesterday was framing in this safe. This is probably gonna be one of my favorite parts of the basement because this safe is completely built into the wall. You won't even know it's there. And this right here is actually gonna be a giant barn door that's about 8.5 feet tall, and it's gonna slide over here to access the safe. So it'll be behind the barn door. But the fact that he was able to get the 2x4s in here and the insulation is pretty cool. It's literally the perfect size. And there's just enough space left on each side to actually slide in drywall. So this whole area will be finished. It looks amazing. Babe, you did a good job.
Thank you.